and welcome to my little corner of the cosmic universe. This is High Priestess Indigo, and I'm back with another read for the collective. So I'm going to start with a prayer. We're going to pull some subconscious cards, and then we'll see where the Holy Spirit guides me to. Almighty God, I thank you. Please allow me to be a clear portal and a clear channel for your Holy Spirit and your divine will. God, I ask that you bless each and every person that comes across this video. You know who they are and where they are on their journey and what they need. And God, I ask that you bind and return to sender any and all negative energy, negative entities, evil eye, projections, spell work, black magic, dark magic, anything that is not of your purest and highest divine light. These things I ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Happy Sunday. And there goes the ice cream truck. So let's see what we got coming out here. Okay. Let me try to shuffle this again because something wants to come out. Let's see what we got here. Okay, just one more card. Oh, I'll take that one on top. And sorry if there's banging in the background. My neighbors are, I think, doing something. They're putting up something. But they've been banging for the last 30 minutes. So whatever it is, I hope they have it connected soon. Needing to dissolve spiritual ego, developing a sense of superiority or self-importance based on spiritual knowledge or practices. And then we got the ice cream truck. And usually when I hear the ice cream truck, it's a karmic. Sorry. In this reading somewhere, there's a karmic. Breaking repetitive pattern syndrome. Repeatedly engaging in harmful behaviors or experiencing similar negative outcomes despite efforts to change, often rooted in underlying emotional wounds or unresolved issues. So this card is a good reason why I pulled the subconscious cards because a lot of times what makes it difficult in our healing journey, and I found this to be true when I was in therapy, is we usually do pretty good addressing the stuff that's like consciously we know our issues and we're aware of, but we struggle the most to heal the things that are the subconscious wounds, which are the things that actually are driving like 90% of our behavior. So it's always like to, and then this card just makes me think of that, like that we have a lot of repetitive patterns. My therapist used to call them old tapes. Like we have a lot of old tapes that play in our head. It could be negative thought patterns. It could be, things that we heard said to us as children that become those negative tapes. Like maybe, for example, if you had a parent that was always saying that, oh, something crazy, like you're stupid. Like I've heard people actually say that to their children, which is, to me, is just, I literally want to like strangle them when I hear that kind of stuff because those are the voices that become those negative self tapes. And then this person literally grows up and that's what they hear repeating in their head all the time is I'm stupid. Like, so, like those are the things that we have to be very careful about with children. So this is why I don't know why I needed to say this because normally I don't stop to really dig into the subconscious cards, but I felt like I needed to address that one particularly. A gap between your success and fulfillment, disconnect between achieving external success and experiencing internal fulfillment, highlighting the disparity between worldly accomplishments and genuine happiness or satisfaction. And the energy I'm picking up so far is a masculine energy. So again, I'm coming back to this repetitive pattern syndrome. So one of the things that like I learned from therapy about breaking those tapes is replacing them with affirmations. It's why affirmations are so important because it's anything that we repetitively say to ourselves that penetrate into our psyche, and you know we we take that in, and that becomes the conscious thought. So keep coming back to that. Needing to heal the inner child, Unresolved traumas or unmet needs from childhood that continue to influence adult behavior. A blockage of the solar plexus chakra, difficulties in personal power, self esteem, and confidence. A blockage of the crown chakra, issues related to connection with higher consciousness or a higher power. Okay. I'm being called to two decks. So let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. Let's see. Have a couple of decks out here just in case. Yeah. That's not the one. It's a lot of decks. Y'all forgive me. Bear with me. Okay, this is the one I'm looking for. Those two. Just in case. Okay. So we're going to start with the graffiti deck. First card out, legal matters. Okay. Okay. Unchanged. All right. On your own. Refusing treatment. Evil eye. Promiscuous. Oh boy. Celebrating quietly. Sheeple. Case of the ex. Oh boy. Moved on. Ponzi scheme. Wow, I haven't seen that one in a while. Gut feeling. Secret stash. Leech. Sorry, y'all. Triggered. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start this reading. So, what we have here is a divine masculine, or let me put it this way. This was somebody who was not too long ago was a karmic masculine, but this is somebody who's actually in the process of stepping up into their divine masculine energy. So, first and foremost, congratulations on stepping into your divinity, masculine, whoever you are. I feel like always gotta celebrate those wins for the readings when they come out because that's a pivotal turning point, and I don't feel like people get enough, maybe enough acknowledgement for really the the decision to finally walk away from a karmic path and actually start moving toward their north node and being in an upright position. This is somebody who's currently going through legal matters. I feel like it's legal matters, but it's as it relates to a karmic feminine that this person, that this, we'll go ahead and call you a divine masculine because you're already stepping into that energy. So I'll refer to you as a divine masculine. This is a divine masculine who is going through legal issues with a karmic uh, spouse or significant other that they were in a relationship with. I feel like this is somebody who they honestly, not saying that they were trapped with this karmic feminine, but I just felt like this is somebody that stayed well past the sell by date is what, like, and it always makes me think of like this is the person that kept the milk in the refrigerator for too long when they should have thrown the milk away, and then they go to like make some cereal and then they realize the milk is gone, like, or it's just not good. This is a person who has known for a while, I'm getting the sense, but this was somebody that I feel like when they were in their karmic self, they were kind of trapped in the sense that they were holding on to outdated, I feel like maybe societal pressures, religious pressures, family pressures that was like, you're with this person, you married this person, you should stay with this person. Even though I feel like I get the sense that this masculine energy has known for a very long time that this situation with this karmic feminine was not actually working for them. This is somebody who is realizing that the person that they were in a relationship with, they're unchanged. They're unwilling to, this person that they were connected to, this karmic feminine, is refusing treatment. She's unchanged and she's refusing to grow. And I feel like this divine masculine has done everything that he could to try to give, I feel like, this karmic feminine room to grow, you know, to change her mindset, to want to like elevate the relationship. But like I said, this is somebody that is refusing to grow. As a matter of fact, I feel like it's being revealed to this divine masculine that this karmic feminine is quite promiscuous. I feel like this is coming to him as a not so much as a shock, but it is like it's definitely off-putting because like I don't think that he thought that this karmic feminine was perfect, but I don't think he knew this side of her. Like I don't think he saw this coming. Like this that part feels like a surprise. Like I feel like they already had other underlying issues is what I mean. Like so I feel like this is somebody that he felt like they were constantly bickering and fighting with each other. They were constantly kind of um, playing this kind of toxic emotional game with each other in a certain sense when they both were in their karmic selves. But as this divine masculine started undergoing an ego death and they started growing spiritually, the difference between him and his karmic feminine just became glaringly obvious. Like it just got to the point where it was just where he just could not, in good conscience try to pretend like this isn't a detrimental situation for him. But I feel like there's stuff coming out in the 3D right now about this karmic feminist being very promiscuous. And there's also somebody from her past that she's still in love with that I feel like she's been stepping out on this divine masculine with throughout this entire relationship. This is somebody, honestly, that was leeching off of this divine masculine. And I feel like she was um, redirecting resources from the relationship to whoever she was connected to in the past, is what I'm getting. So it's one of those situations where this karmic feminine wants to hold on to this relationship, but it's kind of like this divine masculine sitting like, what is it about the relationship that you want to hold on to? I mean, you've been cheating on me the entire time we've been together with this person from your past whom you obviously want to be with. So why not we just separate from the situation and I allow you to go be where you obviously want to be at. But this is somebody that is really, I'm getting the sense that this divine masculine in his spiritual ranking, like it provided, like I hate to say it, but basically this karmic feminine got with this divine masculine. I'm getting the sense to try to, one, in part make the past person she's connected to jealous, and two, because this is somebody that she saw kind of in the spirit. Maybe she got a reading on this guy. Like I'm getting that she's into that kind of stuff, but she saw the abundance attached to him, the spiritual abundance, and she basically wanted that. So this is somebody that got with him only for material reasons. And so she's been kind of like squirreling away and redirecting resources from this relationship energetically, financially, emotionally. She's been like doing this kind of like hoarding of the, you know, resources, and she's been giving them to the past person. This is somebody who is currently giving this divine masculine. the evil eye because he now wants to leave this situation. But honestly, the whole relationship was built off a Ponzi scheme. Like this karmic feminine, like I said, she saw him for his resources. She saw him for his spiritual wealth. And that's basically why, she was a con artist. She was a schemer. And I get the sense too that when he met this karmic feminine, she presented herself in a different light. Like she came across more like a divine feminine to this divine masculine. And I feel like that's what drew him in. But like I said, as time went on, it became obvious to him that she was not a divine feminine. But then to take matters even deeper, now he's finding out about her being promiscuous, as well as her having this guy from the past who she obviously still has feelings for. Currently, this divine masculine is trying to move forward because, like I said, this is somebody that I feel very clearly like he was being influenced greatly to stay in this relationship for a long time. Like I said, it wasn't something that he was consciously thinking about, but he really kind of felt to peer pressure in a sort from family and friends, and either got into this relationship or stayed in this relationship because of that. Kind of like, this is what everybody does. You're not happy in your marriage, so what? Everybody's miserable in marriage. And it's like, no, 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 no. Not everybody's miserable in marriage. And as a matter of fact, like this, I've gotten into like discussion with friends where they were shocked by my stance because they like, oh, you're very spiritual. Yes, I am a very spiritual person. I have a very deep connection with God. I am, I value my relationship with God, but God did not call for us to self sacrifice ourselves and stay in relationships that no longer serve their function. Honestly, if we understood that we meet people the season, reason, lifetime, some people are just karmic lessons. And if you happen to have built a marriage during the time that you were in that lesson, that happens sometimes. People marry people because they're in love, obviously, at that moment, and they feel like they could build a future with a person. But they don't always, we don't always know when we first meet a person that they may not be our lifetime person. But once you realize that this is not your lifetime person, to continue to stay in something that you've outgrown and is no longer serving the karmic lesson, basically, when the karmic lesson is over, that's when the relationship is over. And sometimes that happens in the middle of a marriage. Sometimes that happens in the middle of like that is part of the journey. Now, the true test is, do you stay in that situation just because society and whoever who honestly have their own ulterior motives for why they would want you to stay in a situation where you're clearly not happy. And then sometimes people are just well meaning. They mean good because that's what they know, that's what they've done their entire lives. But let's just say everything we go through is a test. Everything we go through is a learning lesson. And if you learn the lesson of the relationship, then you should absolutely move on. Do I think people can do more to make marriages work? Absolutely. But at the same time, if a relationship has learned, it's ran its course in the sense that you have learned all the lessons that you were in that relationship to learn, then absolutely it's time for you to move forward. Don't do a disservice to yourself or to the other person, holding on and staying in something that is just not working for you. And like I said, this karmic masculine realized a while ago that this relationship was not working for them, but they allowed that pressure from those family, those friends, the society, traditional thinking to stay. And now this karmic feminine is giving them the blues because they want to leave, you know. But like I said, this is somebody who herself was stepping out on the relationship every chance she got. And what makes it sad is this karmic or this divine masculine now knew this. I think somewhere deep in the back of his mind, he knew that this karmic feminine's heart belongs somewhere else because the truth of the matter is his heart belongs somewhere else too. This is somebody, like I say, he's realizing that he was just attached to somebody that was using him for his resources, spiritual, energetic, financial, all of it. This is somebody that is, feeling like he's really on his own. Because I feel like once he started going through this ego death and he started growing, it became, like I said, even more obvious that he was attached to somebody that he really had no business still being attached to. And then, even more importantly, he just realized, like, every time he turned around, this person is draining him. He's not feeling like he can grow. He's feeling stagnant in the relationship. He was with somebody that he was just honestly unequally yoked with. He is now growing and he is on his feeling like he's on his own, but he always felt like he was on his own in a relationship because what I'm getting is this karmic feminine was somebody who was not a sense of support for him anyways. He was basically pulling all of the heavy lifting in this connection with this karmic feminine. And now that he's like in his, heading in his north node, now he's able to actually look at this past relationship objectively. He's currently now celebrating quietly his spiritual growth because I feel like he's not safe to even talk about what he's undergoing, like his ego death, um, all the changes that are happening to him. He can't talk to this karmic feminine about that. This is somebody that is triggered, by everything he says that isn't what she wants to hear. Like him bringing up spirituality is like it irritates her demons, so she's triggered. But she's also triggered the most by the fact that this divine masculine now is leaving the situation, which, like I say, is crazy to me because this is somebody that has never been faithful and has been cheating on him, as well as she's in love with somebody from her past. So it's like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like, this is somebody that does not want to. What it is she doesn't want. It's not that she wants this divine masculine per se. Is she does not want to lose the affluent lifestyle that she feels like is attached to this divine masculine. And like I said, that's a terrible reason to want to stay with somebody. But basically, she wants to stay with this divine masculine so she can continue to be able to use him. And I feel very clearly now that he sees the truth of who she is, as well as the fact that she's actually still attached to somebody from her past, as well as she has engaged other people, you know, yeah, there's no way. Like I said, she's not growing, she's promiscuous, and she's in love with somebody from her past. There's really not much more for this divine masculine to do but to continue to go on, with his life and move forward, you know. I feel like there's somebody from his past that he still has feelings for. A divine feminine, as a matter of fact. So that's why I'm saying, like, these two were maybe they both were never really being honest with themselves about why they got into this relationship. I think both of them were trying to make some people from their past jealous. I know that sounds crazy, but this karmic masculine is realizing that now that he is healing, that he got into this karmic relationship for all the wrong reasons. And then he stayed for all the wrong reasons as well. So, like I said, the fact that this karmic feminine is so triggered, it's not about her loving this masculine energy because she clearly still has feelings for somebody from her past as well. But she does not want to lose this abundant energy and lifestyle that's attached to this masculine energy here. Yeah. This divine masculine, like I said, he is realizing that he wants a clean slate, you know. And he's also realizing that he is indeed in love with this feminine from the past, this divine feminine. He's realizing that yes, this is love. I feel like, you know, he got into this relationship with this Jezebel karmic feminine because he was not being honest with himself about his feelings for this past person. This is somebody that feels like a vagabond right now. They don't feel like they have a good place to be because, like I said, their old self is gone. Their new self is still emerging and they're not quite fully into the divine masculine that they're supposed to be. But right now, they kind of feel in this weird limbo land. Like I said, the past is gone, but the future has not quite, revealed itself to them fully. But this is somebody that is finally ready to have victory over their enemies. And I feel like very much so victory over their old self. I feel like whoever this person was when they were karmic, it left them feeling very disturbed by who they became. They weren't very proud of themselves and the person that the person they had become and the way they were showing up in the world. So this is somebody that really, didn't initially want to go into this ego death, but once they got there and they started coming to some realizations and they started healing some things, they really started understanding that who they was presenting themselves as, who they were showing up in the world as, that they weren't living the same level of integrity. Like they definitely hold on a second, let me make sure my phone is on silent. They were just they were not showing up as the man that they felt like they had always imagined themselves to be. And so now this person is finally feeling like, excuse me, spiritual verb. They're now finally feeling like they're finally starting to heal the places and things within them that allowed them to get into this situation with this karmic Jezebel, as well as, just that repetitive pattern syndromes. This is somebody that was stuck in a lot of repeating negative patterns that they picked up, in childhood and early, their early adulthood life, as well as I get like generational and family things that this person was really dealing with. And now they're getting a lot of clarity and a lot of understanding. They're paying off a little bit of a karmic debt from, them not being attentive to their own feelings, more specifically attentive to the feelings toward that divine feminine that they were connected to in the past. But I feel like that's starting to clear itself because here's the thing with karmic debt. Karmic debt is cleared quickly once you can, one, when you get dropped down into karma and you're having to face your actions. Accountability has a amazing way of quickly cutting through karmic debt. If you're able to, when faced with your truth of your actions and your behavior and how you've shown up in the world and how you have hurt, individuals, if you can acknowledge that quickly and start making amends within yourself, acknowledge what got you there. Like you have to be able to break down the behaviors that led you to that particular, course, wrong, basically what has caused you to go down the wrong path, to harm somebody or to hurt somebody or to hurt yourself. You have to acknowledge that and then you have to start healing that and then you have to learn how to forgive yourself. And I'm seeing 5:55 on the clock here. And then you have to then try to make amends with the people that you've wronged if possible. But even if you aren't able to do the amends part, it's the accountability that really cuts through karmic debt like butter. It's like a hot knife through butter. And so this person is understanding that, and I feel like for the short period of time that this person has been kind of going into this divine masculine, they've made a lot of amazing leaps and bounds because I feel like whereas most other people kind of struggle through karmic debt and like ego death a lot longer, this person is kind of like embracing it in a certain way. And so that's why this card is coming up because I feel like this person is finally mastering their shadow self and they're mastering the things that led them to basically their current life, and them having to go through an ego death and everything else. So this is somebody, like I say, they need to give themselves some grace, because they've done a lot of work in a short period of time. Is what I'm trying to say. They've done a lot of self healing, a lot of acknowledgement and accountability of their past behaviors and their past mindsets, and they've done it in a relatively short period of time. So congratulations on that too, because that's not an easy thing. Because I felt like whew, I spent a few years in ego death, because I was really struggling with letting go of that old sense of self. And some that's what I was saying. Like, some people really struggle through. Yeah, but this is somebody that is getting victory. That's why I say they're getting victory, because they're moving forward and they're moving at a rapid pace. Like, I feel like this person started off slow. Like, maybe it's giving me the sense of this is somebody that was like kind of kicking and screaming into ego death. But then when they got into ego death and they actually realized that they were transforming and they were healing all of those areas that they weren't that proud of in the first place, things that was harming them and was holding them back and keeping them small. Once they started realizing, like, oh, wait a minute, like, I know I was like, oh, I don't want to do this. But now that I'm here and I'm actually healing and I'm seeing my life transform, like, oh, holy smokes, I like this. So this is the energy I'm getting off this divine masculine. Like, it took that realization in ego death for them to realize, like, wait a minute, you know what? This might not have been ideal, but the person that is I'm leaving behind, my old self and this new self that's emerging, I like this. I like this. So congratulations, divine masculine, you know. And as far as this person from the past, I don't see her energy out here, but you know, like I said, you definitely are doing good to walk away from this Jezebel, because she's not interested in changing. Like we said here, like, this is somebody that is happy being karmic, and my guess is once you separate from her, she's going to continue to be karmic. And I get the sense that the person from her past is karmic too, but I feel like, yeah, I hate to say for her, but the person from the past is not going to wipe her up. I mean, no offense to you, but he basically saw how she did you, and he's like, yeah, that ain't gonna be me. She's cool to sleep with on the side, but yeah, I'm not wifing that up. So I think that's also what this karmic feminine is thinking about, for why she don't want to lose you, because she already knows that this guy from her past is not gonna wife her up. And I get the sense that you guys are not young anymore. Yeah, because before this ego death, this karmic, this not karmic anymore. You're divine masculine now. But before, when you were in your karmic energy, you were on the highway to hell, bro. You were you was heading there fast and with gasoline draws on. I hear. Yeah, you were about to be you was about to be lost. I feel like your spirit team caught you just in time, because yeah, buddy, you was hot and heavy on that road to destruction. So your spirit team caught you just in time from crashing out your life, thankfully. And I feel like whoever you are, you're feeling grateful to your spirit team and the Most High, because I don't, now you can see it with clarity, but at the time, I don't think you realized how close you were to completely falling down into that eternal ditch, so to speak. Yeah, so here you are now, cleaning your mental house cleaning. I feel very clearly this is your mind, this is your mindset, this is all, like I said, all the ways that you were showing up in the world, very negative, very toxic. You had a lot of toxic masculinity. I feel like you suffered with issues, control issues in relationships. I feel like that played a part in this relationship with the divine feminine. This was somebody that she walked away because you were very controlling and you didn't understand the difference between controlling your partner and being in a true partnership. But you're starting to understand that now. And like I said, you had to go through a whole total mind reset, which is what ego death is. And now you're, cleaning house. And the last of you cleaning this house is uh, this divorce or separation from this karmic feminine. And I feel very clearly you're going, you're close. You're close to being done with whatever final dissolution of the marriage or whatever it is. But I feel like the biggest problem or your biggest headache has been the fact that this karmic feminine is just driving you nuts in the process. Like, I feel like every time you turn around, she's trying to fight you about something. She's bringing up something. She's finding excuses to be in contact with you. She's, harassing, stalking. Like I said, this is somebody that is definitely throwing you the evil eye. So you might want to do a couple of return to senders. So, because like I said, this is somebody who has kind of backed their own selves into a corner. Because like I said, she's obviously destroyed the relationship with you by cheating, but then she knows that the person that she does love doesn't want her in that way because now he's already realized if she will violate your relationship, she'll do the same, which is pretty much the case because this person should have never gotten with you and you should have never gotten with her. And she should have just pursued the relationship she wanted all along with this person from her past in the first place. But who knows the reason why she didn't do that. You right now, you're experiencing heightened abilities. I feel like your chakras are starting to come online. You're starting to start getting downloads of your spiritual gifts. Your spirit team is talking to you. They're a little bit, they're easing their way into showing you things and like basically your spirit team is like we're trying not to scare you all at once because I feel like I said you're moving rapidly fast through your spiritual growth and progression, and they want to like really give you more, but they don't want to scare you and overwhelm you at the same time because this is all new to you. I feel like you not necessarily was an atheist, but I feel like you weren't really very spiritual or religious or anything. Like you kind of thought about God more as an abstract thought than you did as a like, oh, this is a real thing. Like this is a living. There's a living, breathing God. Like God is alive and well and real and actually like very talkative and well connected to his children. And so this is all new to you. So I feel like they want to obviously introduce you to your spiritual gifts, but they don't want to freak you out. So your abilities are heightening though. Whoever you are, you're, stepping into your spiritual gifts and you're being able to have an understanding. It's like now you see things with a clarity that you never saw before, as well as like you know things and you don't know why you know them or how you know them. You just know them and you're right on the money with them. So your intuition and your discernment is increasing rapidly as you continue to progress. And so, like I said, your spirit team is like we want to show them more, we want to give them more, but we don't want to scare them and overwhelm them. And yeah, because I could tell you as a kid, my spiritual gifts scared the crap out of me. They scared me so bad that I literally as a kid, I remember praying, asking God to take them away, and He did for a long time. He took away certain gifts because they scared me. They scared me so bad. Like, and as a kid, I didn't have a point of reference for the things that I was experiencing or I saw, and so it terrified me and it overwhelmed me. And so it took a some years later, like many years later, and now the things that I originally have, the gifts that I started with, are now kind of been reactivated, and now I understand them with a clarity that I couldn't understand when I was a child. So I can speak from experience in that regard. Like, finding you have certain gifts and you don't understand them fully, but you have them, it can be overwhelming. So they're trying to ease their way into, you know, giving you more and more at a pace that you can un accept it and like assimilate it within yourself, but also not terrify you. So whoever you are, like I said, I feel like you're doing a fantastic job, because like I said, what I'm seeing is you are growing by leaps and bounds. You know, you have done a lot of work on healing and growing and stuff. Like I said, like these subconscious wounds, I feel like they're past. There might be some little residual stuff from your, these subconscious cards that you're still dealing with. Particularly what I'm getting is a little bit of you're still not like, you might still have a blockage of your crown chakra, but not in a way you think you do. Like, and I say that in like, your crown chakra is open, but like you haven't been coordinated, meaning like you haven't reached your coordination where you're promoted to emperor. So that part of you is still blocked off. But at the rate that you're growing spiritually and the rate that you're ascending, it won't be long before that last blockage of your crown chakra comes open. But that will come with you being crowned into your high priest emperor energy. Right now you're just stepping into your divine masculine energy. So that's why I say, like, there's still a slight blockage, but it's not the blockage like where it's when you're karmic. It's not that kind of karmic blockage. It's a different kind of, like, there's layers to your chakras, so to speak, in that sense. So whoever you are, congratulations though on coming over to the winning side. And for all of the work you've done in such a short period of time. Because like I said, I don't know if you are realizing that you literally like plowed through a great big deal of your ego death in a small period of time, because ego deaths are hard. Like I said, I spent some years languishing in my ego death. I feel like at least 2 or 3 years there where I was just like, I was functioning, but I was just like a bit empty. And so the fact that you've, in a short period of time, like just bulldoze your way through is incredible. Like, this is, I don't see this kind of rapid change often, but whoever you are, like, it's like you had a bit of a road to Damascus experience and you were transformed quickly. Like, once you saw the truth of your situation, you just, you were sincerely, embrace the change, and you sincerely decided to really dig in and work on yourself, and it's showing. Because even though you're walking away from this karmic feminine relationship, I feel like this is the strongest you've ever been in your life, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Your sense of self is finally starting to really emerge, and you're starting to like this new version of yourself. I feel like this new version of yourself is more aligned with who you always imagined yourself to be, in terms of your ethics, in terms of how you show up in the world as a man, in terms of your integrity. Like, I feel like you're finally starting to like the person you see in the mirror. So, congratulations on that. That's a beautiful, when you get to that place in your evolution spiritually, it's almost kind of addictive, because once you start having the first blooms of self-love, you want those feelings to continue, and it's kind of heady and it's kind of addictive, because you're like, wait a minute, I actually kind of like this. I kind of like myself. Maybe I'm not so bad after all. Maybe those old negative self tapes were wrong. So that's where you are. But congratulations on your spiritual growth. mm, like I said, you're stepping into divine masculine energy fully. um, You're doing a lot of work and you're doing it at an incredible pace. And I feel like I said, this legal matter with this karmic feminine is wrapping up. And then you'll be shown the next step of where you're supposed to move to. Your spirit team has you moving exactly how and where you're supposed to go. So no need to doubt that. I feel like you needed to hear. This is an extra message for you to hear that you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now at this very moment. Your spirit team is guiding you, and so you're not gonna necessarily make a misstep because your steps are being guided by the Most High. So there you go. But that is the reading. Be blessed.